Greetings, true believers, and welcome to another adventurous episode of History of the Marvel Universe. This week's tale begins some time ago on the streets of Harlem in New York City. Samuel Thomas Wilson was the son of a preacher and, by all accounts, a responsible and compassionate young man. He had a particular love for birds and maintained the biggest pigeon coop in the neighborhood. However, at a young age, Sam's life was marred by tragedy. He witnessed his father's murder when Reverend Paul Wilson attempted to prevent a fight between two rival gangs and was killed for his trouble. Not long after that, Sam's mother Darlene was killed as well, falling victim to a trigger-happy mugger. This left Sam Wilson to take care of his two siblings, but he still dedicated what time he could to community service and became a social worker in his adulthood. Then one day, Sam took a vacation from his good work and traveled to Rio de Janeiro, where he learned the art of falconry. This is where he obtained his longtime partner, a falcon by the name of Redwing, and the two formed a close bond. Things took yet another turn when Sam and Redwing learned of a group of men who wanted to hire a falconer for a hunting trip on an island in the Caribbean. Sam traveled to this island only to learn that these men were in fact a group known as the Exiles, a faction of former Nazis who were banished to that island after being betrayed by the Red Skull. Here he found the Exiles subjugating the local population, and Sam decided to aid the natives as best he could, even attempting to organize them to rise up against their oppressors. However, the reason the Skull had banished his former allies to the Isle of Exiles was that he had reobtained the reality-altering artifact known as the Cosmic Cube and no longer needed them. And so, back in the United States, the Red Skull embarked on the next phase of his sinister plan by using the cube to exchange bodies with Captain America. After toying with his enemy for a time, the villainous Nazi banished Cap to the Isle of Exiles as well, where he would be hunted by the Skull's betrayed former allies. However, Sam witnessed the Exiles attacking someone and, not recognizing the Red Skull's costume from a distance, sent Redwing to intervene. The unrecognizable Captain America slipped away from the conflict and removed the Red Skull mask. This was before the Skull's actual face was disfigured to resemble the mask he wore during World War II, and so Cap was able to use some natural clay to disguise his features. Shortly after, the incognito Steve Rogers met his savior, Sam Wilson, and Sam explained who he was and where he came from. Steve decided to help Sam organize the locals and fight back against the Exiles, but he suggested that if Sam was to inspire people to fight, he would need to be more than just a man. He would need a symbol. And so, the living legend of World War II helped his new friend craft a new identity, and Sam Wilson became the Falcon. Furthermore, Steve trained the new hero in the art of combat, preparing him for the coming fight. When the time was right, the two men tackled the Exiles together. This fight inspired the natives to join in and rise up against the Nazi villains. With his schemes thwarted, the Red Skull used the cube to return to his castle in the Bavarian Alps and reverted to his true self. He then pulled the Falcon and Steve through space to appear before him. In a vain act of pride and theatrics, he restored Captain America to his rightful form, and Sam learned the truth about his ally. Together, the Falcon and Captain America fought the Red Skull, but against a foe who could alter reality around them, there appeared to be little hope of victory. However, the Cosmic Cube originally belonged to the villainous organization known as AIM. And so MODOK, AIM's enhanced overlord, developed a way to deactivate the cube from afar. In doing so, the cube seemingly melted and the Red Skull disappeared, but of course both would eventually return. Sometime after this, Captain America and the Falcon joined forces on a more permanent basis, and the two became partners in danger, while Sam continued his social work in his civilian identity. Sometime later, Sam would more closely resemble his namesake when the Black Panther provided him with a set of wings allowing him to fly. And so that should be the end of the story, right? Sam Wilson was a good man who joined forces with Captain America to become a hero. Well, that appeared to be the case until, during another battle with the Red Skull, doubt was cast on the truth of Sam's past. The Red Skull commanded Falcon to attack his friend, and, much to Cap's surprise, the Falcon obeyed. The Skull explained that Sam was actually once a criminal named Snap Wilson, and apparently Snap's trip to Brazil was the result of his drug running for the mob. Furthermore, while his plane was close to the equator, he attacked the pilot attempting to claim the profits from the trip for himself. However, the plane crashed during the scuffle, stranding Snap Wilson on the Isle of Exiles. It was here that the Red Skull, while in the form of Captain America, used the Cosmic Cube to rewrite Snap Wilson's personality. He made him forget his years of criminality and forged a psychic bond between Snap and his Falcon Redwing, giving him mental control over birds. This, it seems, was all done to transform Sam into a perfect partner for Captain America, to be used against him as a backup plan. And so, with the programming from the Cosmic Cube still present in his mind, the Falcon attacked Captain America. At the end of the day, however, Sam proved to be stronger than the Red Skull suspected, and broke free from his control, albeit with 2 sets of memories. Although Sam retained his psychic link with Redwing, and Cap had no doubt that the Falcon was a hero, no matter which version of his past was true. For some time, however, there was contention on whether or not Snap Wilson really existed. Sam was found guilty of Snap Wilson's purported crimes, somehow without evidence, but his sentence was suspended due to his good work. Meanwhile, Sam's sister insisted that he was never a criminal, that he could never be Snap Wilson. A priest who was a friend of Sam's father theorized that after his parents' death, Sam retreated into the Snap Wilson persona as a way to escape. However, if that was true, the criminal record he had as Snap should have disqualified Sam from the social work he did later in life. This left Sam Wilson conflicted, but ultimately he accepted his past as Snap and decided to move onward as the good man he wanted to be. The truth finally came to light years later after Steve Rogers had retired and passed on the shield to Sam. During a battle with Sin, the daughter of the Red Skull, Sam was inundated with visions of his dual pasts. Sin taunted him, insisting that Sam was a liar and a criminal, merely pretending to be a hero. However, Sam broke free, finally fully realizing the truth of his past. Snap Wilson was never real. The Snap Wilson version of Sam's past was a fiction concocted by the Red Skull. When the Skull used the Cosmic Cube on Sam back on Exile Island, he established the psychic bond between Sam and Redwing, he implanted the programming he would later activate to have Sam attack Captain America, and also buried false memories of his life as Snap Wilson that later bubbled to the surface. However, the truth is that Sam Wilson was, and always has been a good man and a hero worthy of the title of Captain America. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment, and share it on your favorite social media. Special thanks to the Patreon supporters who help make this possible, and as always, the issues referenced in this video are listed in the description below if you would like to read them for yourself, as well as links to other places you can find me. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior!